Adho Mukha Svanasana, or downward facing dog pose. We're going to work on a number of different things in downward dog. We're going to work on the alignment and the focus of the pose. So start in table pose. When you're ready to come up into downward facing dog, curl your toes under and stretch up and back. Now if your hamstrings are tight in this pose, you can place your heels on a wedge, and this will help take the extra stress off of the hamstrings. If your hamstrings are much tighter and a wedge does not help, bend your knees strongly and stretch and lengthen your spine. A lot of people, when their hamstrings are tight, they lean forward, but you don't get the stretch in the spine that you need to get in order to get the benefits of this pose. Also in downward dog, a lot of people look like they're in sort of a midway point between chaturanga and downward facing dog. Their hearts are leading toward their hands instead of leading towards their legs. Also, I see this where the lower back is deeply bent. What you want to do is take the buttock flesh and roll it down towards the legs and bring the stomach strongly back towards the back and have it fly up into the ribs in a mild Uddiyana Bandha. You should practice downward dog daily. You should at least try to stay in the pose for up to a minute. Practice it twice a day. Many people say that they don't have time to do yoga. Well, I think you always have time to work on downward facing dog pose. As you're in the pose, think about what's going on in your body. Are you again moving into the lower back instead of bringing the buttock flesh down? Is your stomach just hanging instead of moving back? Are your arms coming out to the side instead of straight and extending towards the back? Is your head up instead of hanging free like fruit on a tree? These are all the things you have to think about when you're in downward facing dog. When you've been in the pose for as long as your body is telling you it's okay to be in the pose, then you bend your legs and extend into child's pose.